Discovery.
Hello and welcome to Cutting the Bull at the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben, and as always I'm joined by Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
And this week, it's a coronavirus redux, the quest for bog roll. Because since we covered the coronavirus a couple of weeks back, didn't we?
We did.
But the proverbial shit has hit the proverbial fan, and no one has had time to duck.
Yeah, my plan to just sort of lay low till it all blows over hasn't really worked out. Every time I dip into the news, it's just...
It's there.
It's everywhere, isn't it?
worse. Everyone's obsessed.
It's like Brexit, but more
everyone's-
terrifying.
Everyone's obsessed, except my dad. He's still just watching Antiques Roadshow, not giving a fuck.
Well, why not?
Everything looks fine from his... He never moves from his spot on the sofa.
And I've been self-isolating for years. Nothing to do with the virus.
It's like you've been training for this moment.
Just deep-seated mental psychological problems.
It is like you've been subconsciously training for this moment.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's all been building to this.
And the only time I did venture out to the hockey, I got the fucking flu.
Or the coronavirus.
Or the coronavirus, but highly unlikely because it only just hit the shores here then.
That's true.
I've had it for at least 10 days.
I wonder if anyone at that, there's about 1,000 people at the game, maybe a few less. I wonder if any of those, the chance of them coming back from Italy, or
Well, that's it, isn't it?
knowing someone who came back from Italy.
It's possible.
But that should be fine. It was a good game though, we won.
We won, and we won the second leg on the Wednesday night.
We won the cup.
Won the
Delta
cup.
Tigers, congratulations.
Yes, our localised hockey team.
But that will mean nothing to the listeners.
No.
We're sorry.
Yeah,
Indulge us.
that's just us.
So what are we on about? I've lost track already.
We're talking about the
Oh
coronavirus.
yeah, fuck. Sorry, I'm very ill. I've had a fever.
Shouldn't you be in a bubble, a plastic bubble, in that scenario?
Nah, I'd be going around and heavy breathing on people.
All right, fair enough.
I just walked up to a group of young chavs and just...
Don't waste it on them, Gaz. Waste it on the elderly.
Problem is, they probably won't die, will they? It'll just be their grandparents that they pass it on to. But that's the punishment that they get for spawning these fucking monkeys with knives.
And voting Tory and Brexit.
Shaved monkeys with knives as big as your leg.
Wow.
That's what they are.
Some big knives.
The young people of today.
God, you're sounding older and older.
I feel it. I don't want to get stabbed on my way to Morrison's.
You won't.
I've only got bread. No, not that kind. I mean actual... Ow! Stop stabbing. Stop.
It's not going to happen.
I don't know.
Alright, well, let's thank some new and returning listeners first, and then we'll crack on with weird news. That'll take about 20 minutes, half an hour, and then we'll go on with the main cut and thrust of today's
Oh,
topic.
don't say cut. I'm going to get stabbed.
New and returning. This is Chattanooga, Tennessee, Elgin, South Carolina, Bessemer, Alabama, Madrid, Spain, Basel in Switzerland, I haven't seen that one before, Islamabad in Pakistan, you're brave, New York City, New York, Vancouver, Canada, Bengaluru in India, welcome back, Toronto, Canada, welcome back, Troy, Ohio, Tegelen in the Netherlands, Porterville, Missouri, surprise, Arizona, surprise!
How would they say if they were a Chinese person who lived in Arizona, Ben?
Not going to say it.
Go on.
Nope. Dublin, Ireland.
Supplies!
You couldn't resist it, could you?
No, can't resist moving a racist accent, can he? It's like
Freedom of speech!
The Bernard Manning of podcasts is
the
back.
Burning Manning of hosts.
Well, thank you.
Vida in Oregon, Guadalajara, Spain, Roselle in Australia, and then Rancho Cucamonga in California. I've heard that name in The Simpsons. I didn't think it was a genuine place. Fantastic. Benton, Arkansas. Worcester, Ohio. You're new. Thank you for
That's
listening.
how you should spell Worcester,
It is.
but you don't.
No.
Because we're weird in English.
It could be Worcester. I don't know.
I think it is Worcester.
Oh, it could be Worcester then. It's 2 O's, so I think Worcester.
Worcester.
Little Rock, Arkansas, welcome back to you. And brand new in at number 1, Fort Worth in Texas.
Isn't there a massive military base there?
I think there is. That's Fort Worth, yeah, I guess there is, yeah.
Maybe they're onto us, gentlemen.
Nah, they'd hide it, wouldn't they?
Oh no. They're American.
Actually, I'm
They're
pretty sure.
sloppy in that respect.
It's not the CIA though, is it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
If
just
I remember rightly, I'm not. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Fort Worth, isn't that where? I'm pretty sure that there's an airborne division based at Fort Worth.
Could be.
You can correct me if I'm wrong.
No, me neither.
I don't memorise locations of military bases.
They have got 1,000 bases around the world. I just thought I'd point that out.
What? Empire building, Mike.
It is.
Say that in like an evil voice.
1,000 bases all over the world.
Sounds pretty scary, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck, 1,000.
And that's
Shit.
and that doesn't even include lily pad bases.
And that doesn't even include lily pad
No, not quite as effective. A lily pad base where they just stop over for a bit, impregnate a few locals.
Something like that.
It's just like they share as well. So like back in the Cold War.
It's not a fixed base, basically. It's just
Yeah, they're there temporarily, or they share it with somebody. So like RF Brentwaters, where the that massive UFO incident was, the British was, or what's it called?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I can't remember the name of it now.
They might have,
It's
like, say, a major base in
Forests.
Guam, and then there might be some outlying islands where they have little lily pad bases. Where
yeah, it might be
a
like
lot
10
going
guys
on.
on a plane.
Yeah. Maybe
1,000 bases.
Wow.
Right.
But
So
they're the good guys though,
yeah.
aren't they?
Nah. Not since World War II, buddy. Alright, so let's do some weird news.
Let's get the boys' views on this week's weird news.
What we got first then, Mike? Coronavirus came from meteorite which hit China last year. Bombshell scientist claim.
Shit it out. What a story.
Yeah, the deadly coronavirus, which has killed more than 1,000 people globally, came from a meteorite which hit China last year, scientists have sensationally claimed. Coronavirus was carried into the Earth's atmosphere on a fragment of comet which spewed out hundreds of trillions of viral particles. Medics fear the disease, which can be spread before victims show any symptoms, could spark a global pandemic, and in fact it is now a global pandemic.
Yeah.
The emergence of the new strain of coronavirus is thought to be the result of panspermia, infected agents in space which eventually reach the Earth's atmosphere. I'm going to blame Onomua.
Who? Oh, the alien.
The alien
Object.
dildo that was floating around.
The alien craft. Wow. So, I mean, it could have come from space.
There's no reason it couldn't have. Unless it was because it was manufactured in a lab somewhere on Earth. Then again, they could have got that strain from space.
It was
Who knows?
harvested from the rock and then escaped from the... See, I still maintain, like I said last episode, if it did escape from a lab, it escaped through, I believe, pure negligence and human stupidity rather than evil. Or it was the New World Order, because we have touched on before that there are quotes of lots of powerful people saying we need to lose a good few 100,000 million. I don't know. We need to lose a certain number of people to make the planet sustainable. Is this their attempt?
And of course, if there's a lockdown, there's no rioting. You know, the yellow vests in France, I assume, are not out on the streets. Hong Kong.
That's all
There's
stopped.
probably one guy out there.
Yeah.
One
One lone guy.
Yeah.
Not as many though, is there?
No, absolutely not.
Well, is that a coincidence?
No.
It certainly stopped the Hong Kong protest, didn't it?
Yeah, it's almost like the timing was too good.
Because they didn't look. I ever thought slacking as a conspiracy theorist.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
only
even
just-
wearing your tinfoil hat.
No, it's only just occurred to me now. Yeah, those protests showed no signs of stopping, did they?
Nope.
Same as the French.
They were getting more intense.
And then a virus accidentally leaks into a Chinese seafood market. And all of a sudden, you know, no one's talking about it now, are they?
No.
Somebody sucks off a bat whilst cooking an infected rat. Wearing a coat you made from a infected badger that you bought off a fucking scientist from the lab, as we touched on last episode.
Yeah.
If you didn't hear it, listener, I'm not making it up. Animals they've been pumping full of fucking diseases to test for months on end. When they finish with them, rather than chucking them in a fucking incinerator or something or putting a bullet in their head, they just go to the local market and be like, "Yeah, mate,
Yeah, I want to buy that.
give us a few yen for this fucked up monkey.
Yeah.
Oh, why has he got green eyes? Ah,
Don't worry about
don't
that.
worry about that. Pus coming out of his fingers.
Do you want it or not?
Yeah, it's fucking cheapest monkey you'll ever get. You fucking
Still eat its brain, can you?
Yeah, dick.
And its dick.
So yeah, I don't know. How did we get there?
Well, I don't know, but scientists have long held that viruses, bacteria and strands of DNA exist in space, carried on comets and meteorites. They can drift into Earth's stratosphere before falling into the surface of the planet, posing a risk to human health, they say, whoever they are.
They. They.
The emergence of the novel coronavirus is thought to be the result of a specific meteorite hit recorded in China last autumn. Professor Chandra Wickirangasinghe of the Buckingham Centre for Astrobiology said, and I quote, "The sudden outbreak of a new coronavirus is very likely to have a space connection. The strong localization of the virus within China is the most remarkable aspect of the disease."
So why is it taking a year then since the meteorite struck for the virus to become...
Well, because it was in
Because
rural
it's-
China,
it's-
how vast.
A while for the animals nearby to go up to it and sniff it and get infected and then go and get eaten and sexually assaulted by the locals. It took time. It didn't just hit the ground and then just go jump out. It took what the animals had to get it first.
Still think it'd be quicker than a year.
Yeah, rural China
know.
is massive though. If it crashed in rural China, I've been undiscovered for 6 months. You know, if you get how big China is.
Why is no one talking about this? They're not about this on the news, are they?
That's-
Coronavirus potentially came from space.
What if it's the aliens attempt to wipe us out to get an invasion going?
Well, they're doing a shit job so far.
Well, it's only going to spread.
Bring it on, you big green pricks.
Bring it on, really.
I'm fine. I've just been sneezing.
Did you know the common cold's a coronavirus?
Mm-hmm. I suppose that's why this one's the 19th, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
COVID-19. 19 strains so far.
What does 19 mean in numerology, Mike?
Yeah, Mike.
No idea. Fuck am I? Numerology guy.
Just wondering.
I just know that 400 means here comes the apocalypse. Here comes Armageddon.
Should we find out? Should we ask Google what the number 19 means?
Why
in
not?
numerology terms.
Okay, well, Mike, do you want to do the
I'll do the next one.
next one then while Gaz researches that?
Gangs of feral monkeys invade Thai city, left deserted by humans in coronavirus panic.
Wow.
Wow.
Even they're shitting themselves.
No, I guess they're moving in.
Have you heard? They sold out a bug roll.
Just when it seemed that the world couldn't resemble the opening scenes of an apocalyptic horror film anymore, it appears that gang warfare between monkeys on the streets of Thailand.
Oh no, you don't want monkey gang warfare.
Fuck. What a movie that would
Yeah.
make.
Yeah.
For understandable reasons, the pandemic has led to a decline in tourism around the globe. The Lopburi monkey population is usually split in two, with one group residing in the city while the other patrols the area around the temple. Many of the monkeys rely on food from tourists, but these are desperate times and tourists are far and few between. Because lots of people have isolated themselves and are working from home, there's also very few cars on the streets, so the monkeys are more free than ever to roam.
Oh,
Fuck, sounds like a nightmare.
the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Taking over. Well, I've got... Oh, is there more?
No, that's it really.
I've got more bad news for you guys. And this is according to spiritualunite.com.
Ooh.
But the number 19 is an extraordinary number. In ancient times, it was known as the number of surrender.
Right.
It is a prime number that means it is only divisible by itself and the number 1. Seeing the number 19 now and then carries an important message for you. It is a virtuous number and brings good news, so don't be confused by other people saying that it is a bad omen. Anyway, here's the bad bit. It promotes intuition and problem-solving ability. Overall, it is the sign of completion, an ending that will lead to a new beginning.
Followed by 400.
People being wiped out.
Here comes Armageddon.
Shake it off, shake it off. It's going to be fun.
So, Mike, would you agree that it's time to panic and kill each other and scoop out the goo inside and eat it?
Yes, Ben, I do.
Yeah.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm going to panic for a moment. Ah!
If anyone needs me, I'll be in the kitchen, hiding underneath the desktop.
With my head in the oven. Gaz, it's electric. I know, I'm literally trying to cook it. I'm going to cook myself to death.
And we need the picture for this. I need to explain something when Gaz reads it.
What, monkey warfare?
No, this next article.
Okay.
Gang warfare with monkeys, though. Terrifying.
Oh man, but like I say, I'll watch the movie.
I've seen Planet of the Apes, so I'll take that.
Yeah, but this is better. This is like earth monkeys, street monkeys. With
true.
like flick knives and fucking chainsaws.
Bits of
know.
wood.
Yeah, bits of rusty gate.
Yeah. Like a monkey death match.
What am I reading?
This one.
Okay, it says coronavirus. Person in full military hazmat gear strolls through Bath clutching 27 rolls of Flores super soft toy. I assume they mean the city of Bath.
Yes. Now, just that article there, that picture there, right? Yes, he is wearing a nuclear, biological, chemical warfare protection suit. However, he has no boots, the trousers and sleeves are not sealed, he's not wearing gloves, and he has no respirator. So that suit is as useful as my hoodie.
The entire reason we're doing this news story
Yes.
is so you can point out your superior knowledge of military gear to this gentleman.
Well, no, because it's like, yeah, great, he's got the suit.
But he's making an effort.
He's not making any effort at all. It's useless. It's open. The whole point to one of them suits is it's a closed unit.
Probably hasn't contracted the disease.
Yet.
He looks quite protected to me. He looks like
He's not protected.
protected from the cold at least.
No, they're not exactly the fucking warmest things. They're thin
Yes, it
plastic.
is.
He's got clothing underneath that.
Looks like he's wearing a boiler cover.
He's got clothing underneath that. They are not that thick.
Well, the face is open. You can see that.
Yeah,
So
the
I
face
can
is
see the
open.
floor and his-
He's wearing a dust mask.
Okay, all right.
Right? His hands are exposed.
Okay, he's a dick. He's a prick.
He's a massive
okay, I
dick.
hope he dies.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Better. I'm sorry.
But I put this in also for the panic buying element that we're having in the UK where no one can get any fucking toilet paper.
I have 2 left, 2 toilet rolls. Oh, I'll keep you posted next week, everybody. I'm planning on not eating so I don't shit.
A liquid diet of alcohol does not
No,
involve...
not alcohol either. Just literally tea and biscuits.
You will shit at some point.
Just use water for God's sake. What are you
Well, yeah,
starving
there is a
yourself for?
shower. My best mate's Indian and he is literally exacerbated. Like, you're all fucking idiots. Just wash your ass.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Or just shit in the shower.
What the fuck?
Whatever.
That doesn't solve anything.
Well, it washes
Well,
it
you'd
down.
have to fucking spend the rest of like poking it down the little fucking hole,
It'll
smashing
go.
it up so it'll go.
It'll go.
Waffle stomping.
Oh, that's the name of our next album.
Yeah, Solar Warden's next album, Waffle Stomping.
Waffle stomping.
That's the technical term.
You should probably have a...
Push your shit down the hole with your foot.
Not your foot. Don't use your foot.
Well, even the shower doesn't matter, the water's running.
Oh, but still. Could it ever really be clean? Can it ever be truly clean?
Can you
after
suck
such
your
an
toe? Doesn't really matter, does
After
it?
such an incident, can it ever be truly clean?
Of course it can.
Will you be feeling phantom shit between your toes?
You're going to squash it between your... poke it a bit on you. Poke it with your big toe. You're going to get it in between.
Poking my own... Oh, what level have you reached when that's happening?
Well, carry it, put a stick in the shower so you can just prod it. Force it down.
Shitty stick.
Shitty stick. Or a toilet brush.
What's that in the corner there? Oh, it's just my shit stick.
No, it's always what's out in the corner. That's me in the spotlight losing my religion.
Using my shit stick.
Oh, you just get the toilet brush in there with you. Just poke it
You're
down with
losing your
that.
dignity, that's what you're doing.
Just get out of the shower and use the fucking bug.
There's no toilet. There's no toilet roll.
Oh yeah, but then get back in the shower.
Ah, well, you know, whatever.
Oh God.
Just thinking convenient, you can just pop one out in the shower.
Well, please, for the love of God, will you have like a sealable bag you can put your shit stick in, or I'm not visiting. I'm going to piss in the garden.
You haven't visited yet anyway, no one else.
I'm not coming now. No, there's a shit stick in the bathroom.
Yeah, there is, it's called a toilet brush.
Yeah, but everyone, that's not the same thing, is it? You've got like what it sounds like a fence panel, like a
No,
fence post in there.
it's a twig that goes thin at the
twig.
end.
Oh.
Poke it down the thing, poke it down the holes.
Oh God. Shall I read this news story?
Yeah.
This picture has captured the moment a person was seen casually walking down the Bath Street wearing a full military hazmat gear while apparently clutching 27 rolls of bug roll. The individual appears to have escalated his own precautions against the threat of coronavirus and was captured wearing the camouflage gear and face mask. Excuse me. I'm very unprofessional and I apologise, but
I'll delete it.
I blame the puppet.
Oh, great, you leave mine and delete his.
Yeah. Because you're a slob.
I'm not a
I'm
slob.
only joking. Right, where was it? He was spotted on Pulteney Bridge near their flower shop. Many people have panicked buying toilet rolls while the threat of COVID-19 intensifies, with this particular person seen carrying what looks like 3 9-roll packets of Lidl's Florales. How do you say that?
Florales?
Florales, that's it. Super soft.
I can vouch for that toilet paper, it's very nice. Very smooth.
Thank you, Ben.
It's alright.
Have you reviewed it on Amazon? Or?
No, but I should give it 4. I would give it 4 stars.
Okay, fair play.
That's it, really. That's the story.
But the point is, my point with the article was,
Yes,
Yeah, we
we
got
know.
What a
it.
knob.
Yeah, you know best. Yes.
and 2, why are people buying toilet rolls in bulk?
Because you can eat them. That's what anorexics do.
I know. It's fucking annoying because it's made me have to panic buy toilet paper. When I went to the supermarket, there's barely any left.
Oh, so you had to buy more.
Yeah. So it's a knock-on effect.
It is.
I've just been dragging my arse on the carpet like a dog.
I thought you did that anyway.
Well, you know. That's why nobody said anything. They're used to it. Just me. Just Gaz being Gaz.
Look at him go.
I'm going to scratch again.
Do you scratch yourself with your leg?
No, it's all about the ass.
No.
And the streaks I leave.
No, fair
Sometimes
enough.
make works of art with the streaks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, do it when it snows, it'll be fucking even better.
I'm not doing it in the snow.
Think of the
Fucking
shit
hell, that'd
stain.
be horrific.
It'll show up even more on the white
But
snow.
what would it
though.
do to my anus, dragging it through the snow?
Well, you might get a little bit of frostbite.
on my fucking anus. That'd be a horrific fucking incident. I've become one of those freakish stories you see in women's magazines.
I lost my anus
I
in the
lost
snow.
my anus to the snow, yes, exactly.
Or you'll lose your
But
ass
then,
cheeks.
I married a 30-stone woman, so it's fine. I'm being haunted by the ghost of my murdered niece.
I love them stories. It's fantastic. Whenever in the doctor's surgery, there always on. Oh, it's great.
These magazines are gash. Well, I think
They
that
are.
was the news, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
should we call a quick break?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Alright then, so Mike has found us this handy YouTube live video of the real-time counter of a map of the world of how many people have the coronavirus, as far as we know, across the globe.
151 countries now,
Mm-hmm.
with a total of 156,053 cases, 5,818 deaths.
Well, let's get down to the brass tacks. I know what you all out there, what you want to know, why you've all tuned in. Who's in the top 10? So, in at number 10, barely scraping the top 10. Poor show as usual in a big tournament. It's our very own United Kingdom,
Well,
with a paltry 1,143 cases, a pathetic 21 deaths, and we've had 18 recoveries so far.
okay.
But there's time to improve on that. In at number 9, we've got Switzerland, with a total of 1,375 cases, 13 deaths, 4 recoveries.
Always steady performers, Switzerland.
Yeah. United States, again disappointingly low performance so far from one of the big boys. They have a total of 2,578 cases, 55 deaths, 49 recoveries. Pretty good odds there. France, 4,499 cases, 91 deaths, 12 recoveries. Germany,
They're always there or thereabouts.
yeah, there's time for them to climb. 4,525 cases, 8 deaths, 46 recoveries though, a lot of
Yeah.
efficiency being shown.
Only 8 deaths.
As usual by Germany. Above them Spain, who've come racing towards the top of the table in the last few days. 6,313 cases, 193 deaths, but a huge 517 recoveries.
It's impressive for Spain.
Well done, Spain. South Korea.
Lockdown might have helped that.
That probably has.
South Korea, who've been the breakout of this competition so far, I think all pundits will say they did not expect South Korea to put in the performance they have. The way they've dealt with this so far has surprised everyone, I think, because as you will see, South Korea have a very big 8,086 cases, 75 deaths, but a fantastic 714
That's impressive.
recoveries. Excellent.
It's the highest at the top 10.
And now we're into the top 3.
Oh.
We're into Champions League places.
Oh, we were in Champions League places in 4th.
Well, okay, yeah. Oh, South Korea then, they're the wolves of this year's
Yeah.
competition. They just snipped in over Spain. So in at number 3, Iran, with a terrible 12,729 cases, 611 deaths. But they also have an impressive 4,339 recoveries.
Not bad.
So that means there's still, a good few thousand who've got it though, haven't they? They could potentially be dead, so we could see some movement in this top 3 over the coming days. Italy, number 2, 21,157 cases.
Wow.
1,441 deaths. And 1,996 recoveries.
It's a low recovery rate.
A number which will have to improve, or I think they could be overtaken by Iran or South Korea at any point. And obviously number 1, still dominating the league, still far and away ahead of everybody else, undefeated this year so far in the coronavirus pandemic table. Number 1, China, mainland, 80,976 cases, 3,189 deaths, but a massive and incredibly impressive and very China-like, efficient, robust
communist response.
recovery number of 65,505 and 1. Sorry, I will say that again, I fucked it up. 65,551 recoveries. Well done, China. Well deserved. By head and shoulders above the rest of the table.
But then again, it's been the longest, so they've had longer to recover.
Yeah.
But you can't argue with the performance, and that number there, the 65,000 recoveries, Mike, that wouldn't work in Britain because we don't do as we're told as well as the Chinese. I think there's a cultural significance to the way their style of play, their tactics, the way they set up the table, set up on the field. They went out there, people waited to lock down.
Disciplined.
Did as they were told.
Yeah, but they didn't start the fucking thing.
They also executed a lot of people who had the disease allegedly and burned them in a field, but that's just
Thing is,
hearsay.
Do you trust the Chinese government's figures on that?
Of course, Ben. I trust everything the Chinese government does. And
Gaz,
so
why is there a Chinaman stood behind you with a gun to your head?
he's always there, Ben.
Hello, Mr. Wang.
Don't encourage him.
Let's see what the leaders of the free world have had to say. Donald Trump.
It's just going to make me feel a lot better about this.
Are you not reassured?
Because although I've just made light of that by reading the table in a jovial manner, this is of course awful, and 1,000 dead Italians, that's sad.
Well, nearly 1,500 dead. I mean, Europe is now the epicentre of this disease. China's cases are actually slowing.
Yeah. And Italians never do anything to hurt anybody. They give us beautiful things.
Have you seen the videos today of the Italians on their balconies all singing together?
I did, yeah.
Playing the song, having a sing-song.
Shame they'll all be dead soon, isn't it?
Well, they're only in isolation.
No,
They
I'm
may not
joking.
have it.
One of my best friends lives in Milan. I hope nothing goes wrong. But yeah, it's we're making light of it because that's what we do here.
Yes.
But obviously this is serious, and I'm sorry if you're dead, or someone you love is dead. I'm sorry. But I'm going to continue taking the piss. So, right, what are these fuckers saying? I'll turn up being the sound man.
This is Donald Trump speaking out as the coronavirus cases spread in the US.
Thank God. Save us, Donald.
Ultimately defeat the coronavirus. $50 billion of, very importantly, very important, and a large amount of monies. They can do as they want. They can do what they have to do. They know what they have to do. Now they don't have any problem getting it done.
Very statesman-like.
Woo! Yeah, Mr. President.
Would it?
Woo!
I don't think you could have read that any worse.
USA! We're gonna be fine, Shirley. We're gonna be fine.
At
You
least
hear that?
Thing is, at least he's gone, all right, I'm giving the authorities, we're releasing $50 billion. They can spread that money better they want, and we can try and get on top of this problem. At least he said that. At least he's done that.
He's doing something.
He's doing something. Apparently, though, Trump is a
What he's
massive...
not doing is speaking English.
Yeah, that is an issue. Apparently, he's a massive germaphobe, is Donny, and is terrified because...
Is that why he's talking so nervously?
Possibly, because number one, he's concerned that a journalist might him.
Yeah.
And number two, like most governments, they haven't really got a fucking clue how to stop this thing. But he's trying to put on a brave face, and at least he's put in $50 billion.
Don't think you can.
No, you can't. You just
Got to slow the spread.
got to slow the spread, and
Unless you go for another plan.
another
Which
plan.
is the UK have gone
The
for.
British government, led by Boris Johnson, our own floppy-haired blonde twat.
Oh, thank God. What's his plan? It's got to be better than President
We'll hear
Trump's
it
plan, hasn't
straight
it?
Well,
from
you-
the knobhead's mouth.
Well, here it's straight.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Where a lot of the debate has been, and one of the theories is that perhaps you could sort of take it on the chin, take it all in one go, and allow the disease, as it were, to move through the population. Without really taking as many draconian measures.
Did he just say...
Take it on the fucking
And
chin.
then after that say that we'll just let it spread through the population? That doesn't sound very good, does it?
No.
It kills people, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Old people, we like them.
Do we?
Some of them. I've got precious ones, my parents.
Well, I've got some precious ones, and the majority of them are twats.
Yeah, but come on.
Not just elderly, it's people with respiratory problems, people with low immune systems.
Diabetes,
Loose
kidney
sniffers.
problems.
Smokers.
Yeah.
All the most interested people are smokers.
That's true. We're smokers.
Oh, fuck a duck. That's not a plan. It's the opposite of a plan.
I mean,
It's just let's see what happens.
actually, long term, it's probably quite good because once you've got the virus and you've built immunity to it, you're never going to catch that strain again.
Unless it mutates,
Unless it
and it comes if it comes back every year and mutates, because it's about.
Yeah. But the
What do you do
trouble
then?
is with that tactic, it's just letting it go through the population. Is that it's going to kill a lot of people. It's going to hospitalise a lot of people all at once. It's going to make all the institutions, the health institutions, strained.
It's strained already.
Yeah. So,
Some of you will die.
Yeah. Basically,
Take it on the chin.
well, at least our economy will be okay.
Well,
Oh,
that is what
good.
matters in a capitalist society,
Yeah.
then, Mike. You know that.
That's
because
it.
at the end of the day, Boris is basically saying, sorry your granny's dead, but my billionaire business backers, they can't afford to lose any money, so,
Can't have any time off work. They want to, want to keep production going,
yeah,
keep the money rolling in. Fuck the old and the weak.
that's it. Well, they've been waging manslaughter on these people for 10 years anyway. They'll be loving it. They just, I mean, on the plus side, if it kills off enough elderly, we might actually, us being 37-year-old males, may actually get a state pension.
I'd rather have my mum and dad.
Well, but they won't be there when you claim your state pension anyway.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to lose them to the coronavirus.
No. So it's a very callous policy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just going to do fuck all, really.
Yeah, pretty much that's our plan. Just do fuck all, let it go through us and get this herd immunity.
We'll just let it spread through you. It'll be alright, some of you will die, but
Yeah.
Can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs.
Yeah. But he's going to be alright. He's going to be his germ-proof bunker.
When he'll have the vaccination, won't he?
There isn't one.
They'll be working on it.
Well, they may have one already, who knows?
Didn't them Canadians do something? I didn't click the link, I just saw the headline where it was like, they cancelled hockey for 6 hours and they figured it out. And then the link said they'd isolated something, some Canadian
I think it was a
scientists.
joke, wasn't it?
No, there was an actual
Oh,
real
was it?
link there that said something like Canadian scientists isolate something. So people are working on it.
Actually, I saw an article today that said the British scientists could have one by June. But that's still a couple of months
Which is
away.
great
3 months away.
if you stop the spread of the virus like China and Italy have done and
Yeah.
Spain have lockdown.
Lockdown.
But if you're just going to let it go through the herd, then
You're
Don't
killing off
call
the
us a
weak.
herd.
Kill off the
that's
weak.
what we are to them, mate.
I know. We're less than that. We're an
Yeah.
anthill. Let's see this as a bit of
But
hot
then,
water.
come June, we got the fucking vaccine. What's the point? Everybody who's survived it is immune to it, and everyone's dead
Well,
anyway.
unless it mutates.
Unless it
every
mutates.
year it
Then the
comes back
vaccine's no good, then,
Well,
is
that's
it?
Yeah.
So either way, his policy.
It is bollocks.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, the amount of countries that have put... I mean, US has gone well, not quite locked down. For some reason, he's kept the UK and Ireland exempt. And Donny said that because the UK is doing such an exemplary job, well, we're not doing anything. But you know why his flight stoppages? Because his golf courses are there.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Right, so Europe, no one can fly from Europe, no one can fly from anywhere else. I mean, Iran's on lockdown, Spain's on lockdown, Italy's on lockdown. These countries, Saudi Arabia has stopped all flights coming in. I mean, fuck
But
me.
it is too little, too late.
Do something,
It is,
though.
no, it is good. You have to do it, but I mean, you know, you gotta stop at the source in China, haven't you?
Like Gaz said the other week,
Burn it
ring
down.
China with nuclear fire.
Yeah, I
Or-
forgot I said that.
You bring all these poor countries, give them loads of money and healthcare to stop this kind of thing from happening. Because
China aren't a poor country.
We aren't getting the viruses. They aren't originating over in the West, are they? They originate over in the poor
Yeah,
countries.
but China's not a poor country.
Problem with that is you sound like a commie.
You're trying to tell me the poor peasants aren't poor. The
No, but
peasants
They're
in
not
China.
poor in
man.
China.
Well, the peasants might be, but how many peasants? I've no idea.
Lots, probably.
But
they're rich.
they're still a rich country. They've got nuclear weapons. They've got a space program.
Yeah, America's a rich country, but they've still got 50% of people that live below the poverty line. It's income inequality, isn't it?
Well, all right, you have a point, but I'm just saying that China's not exactly a third world country. Africa, on the other hand, the continent of Africa, which contains many third world countries, has had a very limited spread of this. They're actually the
Yeah,
lowest.
but they gave us Ebola, so they're not exactly.
Well, they put in the fucking fantastic immune systems.
You know, get everybody's healthcare up to the standard that it should be,
So what you're saying is
and stop selling live animals in markets.
that would animals that you've had infected with various diseases.
That doesn't even have to be that. It could just be just normal bats. They've got bats and fucking monkeys and God knows what else in cages next to each other, passing along diseases animal to animal, and then we're getting it.
Don't eat bushmeat.
Don't eat bushmeat.
Burn these markets down.
Napalm.
It's an option.
So again, poverty is the cause, isn't it?
It is, but there's always going to be diseases.
There is.
Well, there's
Then
Captain
again,
Planet
Well,
when we need
but
it.
having every country having a robust health system
Would prevent that completely.
Well, we're not
I mean,
preventing
look-
completely, but it would certainly stop a lot
look,
of it.
Look at the Romans. I mean, they had flu outbreaks, they had plague outbreaks, but on the whole, they had fresh drinking water. They had sewers. They bathed.
Well, it was the
if
best
they
at the
could.
time, wasn't it?
It was the best at the time, but they didn't have. They had a few outbreaks of plague, but nothing like the bubonic plague that struck Europe. Third of the population of Europe dead. We're probably not looking at that, are we? Let's face it.
No.
Modern science has progressed.
Let's hope not.
But though, I am still sold on the
Well,
sweet...
airborne Ebola virus.
An airborne Ebola virus. Kiss goodbye to fucking humanity with that.
Well, at least 60%, I'd say.
I think more than that.
Could be up to 90.
But on the plus side, I am considering a sweet plague doctor look for going out in.
No, I'm just not going to go out. Well, I have to go out for work, but I'll keep the window closed in the van, maybe.
It's still pumping air in from outside, though.
Yeah, but quickly through that air.
Yeah.
I don't really have a plan. I went into town today, like I said, I bought frozen pizza.
Yeah.
I'll get me through the next few days.
Where from, though?
Heron Foods.
Oh, Wellington.
Yeah.
Wow, you don't see one of them. You don't see many of them about.
I went there because I figured it's like not very popular because it's basically for crackheads and jobless people.
Like Iceland, then.
Worse.
When you used to go to Iceland?
Iceland is upmarket compared to Heron Foods.
Really?
Heron sounds like heroin for a reason.
Ah.
Heron Foods. So anyway, yeah, I went there.
So how much did an individual pizza cost in Heron Foods? Because in Iceland it's £1 for their own brand.
You can get there were some big ones for like £1.50.
Oh, it's more expensive than Iceland.
Yeah, but might be better quality. I bought little ones, deep filled ones, packs of 2. I can't remember how much. £1 maybe.
Yeah.
Or 2. I don't know. But anyway,
67p in Lidl.
Oh.
Sorry, Aldi.
Well, I didn't fancy that because I thought everyone else would go there and the shelves would be bare, you see. But I was surprised I went in Heron and I was like, oh, there's lots of food in here. Probably for a reason. But, you know, I felt like I was a survivalist out there surviving today. There weren't many people.
No, apparently even our local shopping centre was completely dead today.
Everyone's scared.
They're terrified.
I don't know if it's because I got quite stoned before I went, but I felt like that we're out was staring at me.
Were they all wearing masks?
No masks. But I just felt like everyone was looking at me. Could have been the joint.
Genuinely, I had people at work ask me for masks this week.
Yeah, we've sold out at work. I work for a wholesaler. We've sold out of every kind of soap or cleaning product that we have.
Oh, don't get me started on
At a
that.
way faster rate than we normally would be. No masks got left. No gloves left. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's market economics.
Oh, I
market.
Well,
Yeah.
I went into a customer. He's a Sikh guy in Birmingham. Yesterday, I see him every Friday. We get on quite well. I walked into his shop and I was like, for fuck's sake. So he wears a turban, but I walked in and he's got a mask on. One type of glove on this hand and another type of glove on this hand. And an apron. I was like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, I'm trying to encourage the sales, innit, man? I was like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I work for a very large workplace supplies company.
Yes.
I think the third largest in the UK or something like that. All that has been going out this week is sanitizer. Anything. I mean, anything that can sanitize anything. Phone wipes, hand wipes,
Yeah,
the gel itself, everything. Going out by the pallet. And toilet roll as well.
That's capitalism, baby!
Have
We've
you got the
actually-
prices yet?
I don't know. No one said nothing. They wouldn't tell me
In
anyway.
the
if
US,
they had.
some companies are selling Purell for $300 a bottle.
I've seen that. I also saw the guy, the school kid in England who was selling a squirt of Purell for 50p a pop.
Them's the rules, baby. Them's the rules, innit,
Is-
Mike? That's the system we live under, innit? What's the point in rallying against it? Why don't you just embrace it?
He made £7, and his mum was like called to the school and said, your son's like doing this. He's like, oh, okay, I'll take him. Took him home. You gotta tell your dad what you've done. His dad goes, you what? 50p a pop, he made £7, you legend. his mum was like, well, you can't really punish
Gave
him.
it the system, isn't he?
Yeah, of course.
Nothing wrong with it.
He bought some comics and a kebab. What else do you want?
The school should encourage him for showing entrepreneurial spirit.
They should do. They
Or-
should do.
Instead of punishing
People
him.
are gonna-
But they'll just piss on his dreams now, Mike.
It's okay at that level, but at the $300 a bottle,
Well, that's the...
people are going to die because they're poor then, aren't they?
Yeah.
No, they won't
They're going to
die.
catch the disease, they're going to
They're
die.
not going to die because they're not old. And the company... It's just the way it is. If I had a bunch of hand sanitizer...
I know it's the way it is.
My boss
The
hasn't
argument
put
is it
any
doesn't have to be that
prices up.
way.
He hasn't put any prices up because our customers are old and loyal, most of them.
But he could do.
He could if he wanted to, I suppose, but then I suppose he'd worry that he wouldn't sell it all. But right now, everything's just going out. We're supposed to sell hardware, but we also sell, things that go along with hardware.
Not like
And we
workplace
sell-
supplies,
Yeah,
basically.
and
then,
we
yeah.
sell stuff for like the home that we don't normally sell much of, but yeah, every single conceivable type of cleaning soap or anything
Oh,
like that, any
fuck,
kind
yeah.
of wipe, it's all just gone. You're right, madness. But my job's secure in this. I was a bit worried that if everything shuts and everyone's put on quarantine, none of our shops will be open. So I don't know what my job should
So
be.
the problem with
okay,
this system, people can't take time off work. They've got bills to pay.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why we shouldn't shut the schools though, because a lot of nurses, a big percentage of them have young children in school. And
Yeah, but schools are
are
like
shut.
open petri dishes for
Yeah,
diseases.
but the kids won't die. Just keep them away from your grandparents. Seal old people in, and we'll just carry on.
But if we all had a UBI, it wouldn't matter.
What's a fucking UBI?
Universal basic income.
Oh, pissing hell! How does this come back to bloody money and economics again?
Well, because we're just talking about that, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're talking about how the market.
But that's not reality. We can't
It's
change the
failing the
system,
system.
to fight the virus. We've got to be more practical. So my plan: gaffer tape the fucking old people's doors shut. Just keep them in. Stuff supplies. Wear hazmat suits and stuff supplies through letterboxes and chimneys, things like that, through windows, and we'll get through it. Us lot will be alright. Old people that can't breathe right, diabetic people, seal them in.
Yeah,
we'll
might be
just
okay
go
this time. The Spanish flu, that took down healthy people, didn't it?
Oh,
though?
what, like-
Dude,
get
it
hit
was
by a
actually
bus
renowned for
tomorrow.
taking down more healthy people than ill
And the
people.
young and old survived. So imagine if that was doing the rounds,
Yeah,
you'd
but
be
it's
saying
not
that
though,
then,
is
would
it?
you?
But it's not.
It might be the next one, might be.
Yeah, but we're talking about this one.
It can mutate. It's not beyond the.
And then one of your workmates has come in because he's
Well-
sick, because he can't afford to set the time off work, gives it you and you die.
We'll cross that bridge when
Who's
we come
laughing
to
then?
it. Oh, you're on about my solution is perfectly fucking sensible. You're not offering any solution. You're giving me what if scenarios. What if it, which we'll deal
No,
with
I
what
said
we've
if
got.
there's universal basic income,
Well, we can't implement that in the next
sick
couple of
people.
weeks, can we?
Yeah, we can. We can implement. It's just a system. We can implement whatever we want.
You
Well,
just
Donald's banging in
you'll
fucking.
bring everything tumbling down. You will, Mike. And we'll all be fucking eating out of fucking
Well, Donald's
dead
banging
turtles in the
50
street.
billion fucking dollars into emergency things. And that's
He's
been
banging
released.
all sorts of things into all sorts of places, Ben. He's the president. That's his prerogative.
But you know, why can't we go? You know what? Our chance to promise an extra £30 billion chest for the NHS. They'll have whatever they need.
Now, in a proper society,
But they wouldn't. But what
you'd
about
have
me
these
and you?
things. You'd have these things stockpiled. So if there was an outbreak, they'll be there for people to use.
So what? It's just seal the old people in.
Oh fuck them!
Just
Let
seal
them
them in.
take them instead of me.
No fucking people go visit old people. Just isolate them for a few months.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
They'd love that shit. Stick some black and white
you can do
films
that
on
as well.
for them.
And
Get
we'll
someone
be
playing a
alright.
piano.
If you can't breathe, you become like one of the old people who'll gaffer tape your door shut or bolt them shut. I don't know, whatever's cheapest.
So what we're doing with the hospitals or the doctors are going to go and see him, aren't they? I mean, they've got to make house calls rather than them coming to the hospital.
Hopefully they won't get it if they're all fucking sealed in.
Oh fuck them.
That's a much worse plan, Mike. How come you're not shouting at him about economics? He's saying let him die. He's worse than Boris.
Yeah.
You got no rights to denounce
I'm
Boris.
actually
Your plan's just as bad.
No.
Mine's just a bit of gaffer tape
No.
and common sense.
because they won't vote for Boris next time, so they'll have a
They
decent.
can't. They'll be dead.
Exactly.
It's a young plan.
So Labour will win. We'll get a better government who does do all that shit.
You're obsessed. You've let politics overtake your humanity. You're
Yeah,
so
maybe a little bit.
desperate to score political points, partisan politics, that you're willing to let people die. You've been poisoned by this madness, Ben.
To the boomer removal. The boomer
Oh,
removal.
God, if you're given that name, it makes you more comfortable with thinking of their deaths because they're not human to you, are they? They're just boomers.
No, they're cunts half the time. Well, the ones I see on Facebook are.
It's a good name, though, the boomer removal.
It is. It's a good name. It is a good name.
I'll remind you of this when we're in the category.
We'll still be hip.
Oh, fuck off. We're not hip now.
We've never been.
Never
here.
been hip.
Alright. We'll still be semi-hip.
We've never been semi-hip.
I was at one point.
No, you fucking weren't. None of us were. I've
I
always
was
been
at
on the
some
wrong
point.
side. You fucking wasn't, mate. None of us were.
I wouldn't want to be hip.
I was semi-cool at one
Hey
point.
man, it's hip to be square.
That's it.
Ugh.
Fuck me. Well, yeah, my plan's better than yours.
Well,
Yours is let them die.
well, then I was thinking we get a cart or use your van, right, and then go round shit and bring out your dead. The third bodies in the van. We make some money.
He's obsessed with trying to fucking reclaim his ancestors' glory, isn't he? You weren't carters. You didn't make money from dead people.
Of course you do. The family pays
Oh,
it
we're
in the
not
money
going through
away.
this again. See our previous episode. What one was that?
I've
Where we went
forgotten,
on
to be
about for
fair.
hours. Right. Ben,
Right, who wants
Mike,
this one?
surely you can't agree with his plan to just let people die.
No, of course not.
Thank God. You and Boris, Posh bastards.
That's what he said, I'm posh.
Elitist.
Oh, Boris.
He goes to
Boris.
He goes to one bloody interview in local government, and
Which
now
I
he
didn't
thinks
get.
he could just let people.
Which I didn't get.
You're worse than
Spoken
fucking,
like a true politician, isn't he?
exactly. You're worse than fucking Darth Vader or the Emperor.
They're pretty cool though, aren't they?
No,
Darth
mass
Vader's
murderers.
Darth Vader's cool. Can't tell me that in the Rogue One Darth
You're
Vader
not
isn't
actually
cool.
him. Just anyway. Christ, what's next, Mike?
How cancelled events and self-quarantines save lives.
Well, this is why I haven't bought my ticket for download yet. Because I may be cancelled.
I haven't bought it because I'm broke.
Do you want to go for the one day?
I don't know. I'd like to. If it's not cancelled. I'll have to look at money. Anyway, what's happening?
According to infectious disease
Epidemiologist. No, that's not how you said it.
Can't even say it.
Epidemiologist.
epidemiologist
Woo!
Mark Lipsitch at Harvard says it's plausible that 20 to 60% of adults will be infected with COVID-19 disease. So far, 80% of cases globally have been mild, but if the case fatality rate is around 1%, which several experts say it may be, which I think it is at the moment.
1.7, I think.
I've
was
heard
the
anywhere
highest I've
between
heard.
0.7 and 3.4.
Yeah, I've seen similar things.
Varies
To
in
that. I
different
think we're
countries.
averaging about 1.7 though. I could be wrong, but that's what I've read. Yeah.
Yeah. A scenario is possible of thousands of deaths in the US alone. Yet the speed at which the outbreak plays out matters hugely for its consequences. What epidemiologists fear most is the healthcare system becoming overwhelmed by a sudden explosion of illness, which would happen under the herd immunity policy of Boris, that requires more people to be hospitalised than it can handle. In that scenario, more people will die because there won't be enough hospital beds or ventilators to keep them alive.
There you go. And apparently those ventilators cost about €40,000 a pop. Italy's ordered a shit ton of them and stepped up production. Germany's ordered a load too. We have ordered none.
It's a conspiracy by the ventilation machine industry.
That's capitalism.
Like closing schools, cancelling mass gatherings, working from home, self-quarantine, self-isolation, avoiding crowds is a strategy to keep the virus from spreading and flattening the curve. Have you heard that term?
I've heard that term, yes.
I have. Obama tweeted that thing out. That graph.
Yeah, which you're looking at now.
Oh yeah, there it is.
So basically under Boris's policy, the amount of people infected spikes.
Massively.
Yeah. And
Looking
then
like Mount Doom.
Yeah, and comes down, it looks like a mountain, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas the other one's more of a hillock.
Yes. Or a grave mound.
Or a grave mound. Ironically.
Yes.
It's
And the healthcare system, it never goes above, or that's the plan, is it doesn't go above the capacity of the hospitals, because then you're treating people outside, which isn't good.
Yeah.
we're looking at the graph. The Boris one is like a super fast wank that's aggressive and over quick, and the other's like a slow, gentle, but they both achieve the same result.
They do, and in all fairness to the Boris wank spike,
Right.
it does drop off quicker.
Yeah.
Right? About half, well, just about 3/4 of the way quicker than the low, slow, relaxed wank where you actually take in the storyline of the porn
And
film.
it does also reduce the risk of a secondary explosion at some point.
Exactly. Well, if you can give yourself multiple orgasms, then fine.
Fair play for committal.
Oh, come on, you must have gone once and then just gone again.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that
after.
was too quick.
Yeah.
I wasted that one.
Can't nowadays, like, but when I was
We're getting old now.
now, it just dribbles out.
I still got a good spurt.
Oh, fuck's sake, lads. Any listeners we did have all just gone, oh.
Mine's like a drooling dash hound.
Oh, God.
Why a dash hound?
Just the first thing came into
It's
my
long
mind.
and thin.
Yeah.
Your penis is a dimension anyway.
Oh, my God. Drooling like a dash.
That's great.
Turner and Hooch. Ew, sorry, listener. Please come back. Thank you. We'll do conspiracies from here on out. What's next?
That's it, basically. So, you know,
Don't go
try
to
and flatten the curve. That's the tactic that most countries are
going for.
Yeah.
Rather than take it on the chin, keep calm and carry on, and panic buy as much bog roll as you can.
Thing is, though, I did see a good point today that somebody made. Because somebody, no, don't get defensive, Mike, but some people on Twitter were trying to point out, showing pictures of bare shells saying, this is the problem with capitalism, a bit of panic buying and it soon starts to look like, you know, Venezuela or somewhere. But then somebody else is like, yeah, but the difference is the companies that make this shit haven't all collapsed because of government interference and shit, and they're just going to keep making more shit, and next week the shelves will just be full of more shit, and we can all just panic buy it again, and they'll keep filling the shelves full of more shit.
Now, I'll tell you about Venezuela. The companies that were making the products that were disappearing from the shelves were deliberately holding it back because they want the government to fail, because the heads of those businesses are greedy conservative capitalists.
Yeah, but that won't happen here though, will it? Because they're
Well,
just going
no.
to sell more bug roll.
I just love the way he said, let me tell you about Venezuela. And you pointed your finger at you. Let me tell you about Venezuela,
just
sir.
Venezuela as an example in the whole story. So the point is, there'll be more bug roll next week.
Yeah.
Or maybe the week
The
after.
supply chains will catch up, won't
Yeah,
they?
of course
But
they'll
at
be
some
loving it.
point, it will run out if you keep, because most of the goods are coming from China.
Well, that's a
How
bad
much
point.
bug roll could he use? Because the thing is, I was saying, the joke I've been making, because I, like, say I do 10 deliveries a day, I might have the same fucking conversation 10 times, literally. And I've just been saying, yeah, but aren't they all going to want to take it back in a few weeks when this is all blown over? And they'll be like going back to Aldi with like 60 tins. They're like, I didn't actually need all this. Can you do that? I mean, I don't know.
I suppose the thing is, the toilet roll and the food consumption may spike massively, but then it might drop off for 6 months and someone realises they bought 3,000 rolls of toilet paper over the
Well, then
course of a
it'll be
couple of weeks.
put on sale,
and
won't it?
they won't need any, so it'll go on sale then, so they might buy more, but it won't spike as high as it did.
The point is, the shelves won't be bare for long. And they didn't look, I only went in one shop, but they weren't that bare, and I didn't even bother looking for bug roll, because it's a frozen food shop. I don't even know if they sell it.
Probably do,
They
Iceland
would
do. Yeah.
Unless it was sold out.
Unless it was sold out.
Oh well, even crackheads shit, now and then. Not very often.
Well, they're smoking it from
And
their
their
light bulb
ass
pipes.
usually bleeds when they do. Oh, I had fun looking at, I literally googled for that YouTube video I made of broken hearts and bleeding sharts. I had to Google bleeding sharts to try and find an image. And that was fun.
I bet.
Found one though. I'm gonna sneeze, I think. Oh my god.
He's coming down with it.
No, I think it's gone.
Yeah.
Everything's okay.
Alright. Well, fantastic. Shall we play this video then? Michael Osterholm, he was on the Joe Rogan show. I don't know who he is.
He's a disease detective.
Disease detective. And he's saying that hand sanitizer and face masks, will they help? Face masks, not so much unless you've got a military grade respirator. Hand sanitizer maybe?
Not so much, but
It does a bit.
does a bit.
That's listen.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Well, what else can people do in terms of all this hand sanitizer jazz and masks? Is that all?
Yeah. The hand sanitizers actually are a great thing for stopping a lot of infectious diseases. They actually are really good. They're good for your hands, in terms of the skin. They kill the bad bugs. But the whole issue of using your hands, touching your face that people all concentrate on,
Yes.
the data is actually very weak that this kind of virus is going to be transmitted that way. So I wouldn't tell you to stop using hand sanitizers, but don't think it's going to have a big impact on this bug.
Did you see that viral video that's going around of that woman who was giving the address at the behest of the White House, and she tells people not to touch their face, and then immediately licks her finger and
I
turns
did
the
saw
page.
that. Yeah, I saw that.
Well, why is she telling people not to touch their faces?
Because
doesn't
the
get-
thought is that there are receptors around your eye right here that actually for this virus could get in and then get into your body. And the data we have on this is so sparse to say that that's the case. I think the primary thing about hand washing is legitimate, but one of the things people want to do something. They want to be able to feel like they're doing something. And so we tell them, wash your hands often and to prevent this disease. And I feel like we're not being really honest with the people, that the data, and we've looked at this very carefully, really is about just breathing air. And that's a hard thing to stop. So keep doing the hand washing, but don't think that that's going to stop this disease. But you asked about the mask.
It's going to stop other stuff. Yes,
yeah,
masks.
Well, there's two kinds.
Right.
Basically the surgical mask, which just fits over. And the reason it's called a surgical mask is because it's loose fitting, just fits, kind of ties behind you. It was worn by surgeons so that they don't cough or drip into your wound.
Right.
And it was never made to protect you from bugs coming in. So those little spaces on the sides, that's not a problem if I'm breathing into the cloth right in front of my nose. But in terms of the air coming in on the side, they're not effective at all. So people wear them, they look like they're doing something, they're not. Now if you are sick, they may help a little bit from you transmitting, because if you cough, then you cough right into that cloth and some of it will embed in there and not get out around. The other one, though, is called an N95 respirator. But for all intents and purposes, it looks like a mask. It's just tight face-fitting. It has a seal, even at the nose, etc.
That's an apocalypse mask.
It could be. I don't know what those are, but that could be. Okay.
Yes. I'm just saying that's how I look at it.
Okay. Well, we use them all the time in healthcare all the time. And they use them, actually about 90% of them are used in industry. So when they're grinding things or asbestos, etc., they don't breathe in all these parts.
So if we have one of those, that'll do something.
They're very effective.
So the dust masks, the surgical masks do nothing. A military grade respirator or welding respirator kind of thing is absolutely fine. That'll stop it.
Well,
so all these people walking around with surgical masks.
Does nothing.
Well, I work for a company. The masks that you said work. I work for a company who has just sold thousands of those masks, and I didn't think to keep one for myself. So if I die, I deserve it.
Yeah, it's true.
They've also sold all their gloves and cleaning stuff, and I didn't buy any of that.
Nah.
Might regret that in a few weeks.
Well,
we'll see.
What can you do, eh?
Them's the rules.
Alright, so I'll do this one. So moving on to a slightly more conspiracy theme.
Woo!
Which we do love. Coronavirus conspiracy theory that COVID-19 originated in the US is spreading in China.
Did I say about the CIA and you mocked me?
You had no evidence for it. You just went, the CIA. That was it. Unless you were privy to information you couldn't reveal at the time.
No, but it's the motive, isn't there?
Get off me, Mr. Wang!
Major.
That Chinese guy stood behind the house with the gun to his head.
Sorry, Mike, you were saying.
Major enemy of the US, China.
Yep. Trade-wise, especially.
Yeah.
They are engaged in a Cold War right now, aren't they? Essentially.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, Barack Obama talked about the pivot to China, didn't he?
He did.
And if you look at the military bases, it's basically a noose around China's neck.
There's also a noose around Iran, though, as well.
Oh, yeah.
I believe he's quoted as saying, "Can't we just drone those chinky fucks?"
God, because what?
Sorry, I'm not
He's
repeating
been Burning Man again.
No, apparently that's what Obama said, but they shut him down.
Can't we just something these chinky...
Drone those chinky
Oh,
fucks,
drone them.
But they shut him down. Not literally with a drone. They just said, no, we can't drone everyone, Obama. He was mad for it.
He did love a drone?
He wanted to drone the Russians.
He loved whites, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he loved droning kids. But still, I'd take him over a Trumpy baby.
There is another theory that this outbreak is by QAnon. Remember our episode on QAnon?
Oh, I remember.
It says that this is the cue for these people who got the coronavirus, which is Tom Hanks.
Oh yeah.
Who apparently is America's biggest paedophile after Epstein.
He's not.
I know he's not. I'm just saying what they're saying.
Well, he might be. You don't know.
Well, we don't. Although his son, have you seen his son?
No.
He's got this massive chest tattoo, and it's right in the middle of his chest is an Illuminati triangle with an eye in the middle.
Yeah, it's because it's trendy though. It's not because
Better than a baby cock, I suppose.
Wasn't a baby cock. No. He wasn't slurping on a baby cock as he did the interview. No.
So yeah, Tom Hanks has got it, and that's
Tom Hanks. So therefore, this is to cover the arrests being made by Trump against the deep state. So Hillary, Obama, George Soros, Tom Hanks, various other high-profile paedophile deep staters. They're all getting this disease, and therefore they're a way for treatment or isolation. Isolation, yeah, in isolation. That's the cover for it. Right. What do you reckon to that?
What do I think of that?
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is innocent. First of all, cheers, Mike. Man size.
Mike has tissues next to the sofa, presumably because he's
got the flu.
Yeah. All right. Flu, eh?
I've been wanking a lot. Them tissues.
Doesn't surprise me. You're all down your own.
200 wanks a day. That'd be.
Not since you're 18, eh?
Not since
Stranger things have happened.
Like a Nazi becoming Pope.
Fuck, I hope I haven't just infected you all.
Yeah, me too, because you didn't sneeze away from us, you just sneezed at us.
I sneezed into my hand.
And even so.
I sneezed directly into my hand.
Your hands are that
like
big.
A well-trained
You got
fucking-
tiny hands.
Was that not perfect sneezing technique, Mike?
I didn't see, to be fair.
Directly into my hand.
You got tiny hands.
I don't have tiny hands. What the fuck are you on about? They're perfectly proportioned with the rest
You're
of
Trump's
my body. Shut the fuck up. 5'11", slender.
And big man hands.
Man hands. Normal man hands.
Okay, alright, Trumpy.
Jesus Christ.
You've got fat babby hands.
I was a goalkeeper, I've got massive hands.
Fuck. He's so delusional. They're smaller than mine.
Yeah.
Look at them.
Goalkeeping hands.
Look at them sausages, baby. Perfectly proportioned, like pianist's fingers. Like the hands of a Spanish guitarist who boxes at the weekends. That's what I've got.
I've got fat fingers, and it did inhibit me playing the guitar. Big chunky fingers, it's no good.
That's
They
not fair,
should
Mike.
make
You learned to
fat
play
people-
Angry Chair.
They should make
Smoke on the water.
fat guy guitars.
Yeah.
Maybe
They
you
should
can make
do.
a fortune.
Why not?
A fat finger fretboard.
We should do discrimination.
Yeah. Copyright us.
Fatties can shred too. Actually, yeah, but look at that guy from Bowling for Soup. He can manage it. What's your
Yeah, he didn't play
soup?
power chords, though, didn't he?
Yeah, but he does solos and that.
They're not like...
He can play it better than us, Frick.
Well, yes, he can, yes.
He's in
That's
a
'cause
professional band.
That's because he's massively fat and no girls are taught to him, so he just played the guitar all the time.
Oh, don't be so bitter. Maybe it's because he's really good. That's why he's in a band.
That's why he's really good. He had all that time to practice, he wasn't on dates.
Oh, that sounds like bitterness to me. She's the
If
girl
anything, he's
of
overcome his
the
disability.
Exactly.
It's not a disability to be fat, Mike.
It is to be that fat. You're sitting aside of the cunt.
I have, yeah, but still not a disability to be fat.
No, well.
You fascists.
He was saying let the old people die 10 minutes
It's okay
ago.
when I say it.
Fucking hell it then. If they die, they die.
Exactly.
Survival of the fittest.
I was thinking Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies.
That's what I was doing at first,
Yeah.
then I transitioned it into Nazi warlord.
Yeah, okay.
Because we know that's your fantasy.
It's
So,
art.
what's next in our podcast?
Ben's going to
of
read this
doom?
article.
In the quest for Bob
Yes. A conspiracy theory that the coronavirus originating in the US is spreading through China, fueled by officials, and a video from an interview with the Centre for Disease Control, CDC, director Robert Redfield.
Oh, so
I know, I nearly did. I nearly did. In a video posted by the People's Daily, Mr. Redfield suggests that some Americans who were previously thought to have died of influenza could have actually died from COVID-19. When asked whether deaths in the US may have been wrongly attributed to influenza, he replied, and I quote, "Some cases have been actually diagnosed that way in the United States today." The video was reportedly sparked an online conspiracy theory pushed by Chinese officials that COVID originated in China. The Guardian reports that the Chinese microblog Weibo has seen a swell in social media engagement with the theory, and the clip became one of the most popular topics on the site on
Yeah, 'cause
Thursday.
the government don't mind that spreading about.
Yeah. Yeah. After the video emerged on Thursday, a Chinese government spokesperson suggested that the US Army could be responsible for bringing the new coronavirus to China. Li Jianzhao alleged in a tweet that read in part, and I quote again, "It might be US Army who brought the epidemic to Wuhan. Be transparent. Make public your data. US owes us an explanation."
Make public your data.
Yeah.
Look what they did to fucking Assange. He was fucking
Yeah.
exposing the data.
Zhao is a high-ranking Chinese official, by the way, who's quite renowned for being combative on Twitter. Because obviously he's like the Chinese Trump in a way, but not in charge.
Right.
So what do you think of that one then?
Well, I do think this thing got out from a lab, whether it was intentionally or not, I don't know. I wouldn't like. I'm 50-50
Do you
on
think
that.
the US...
Wouldn't surprise me. They're engaged in a Cold War, aren't they?
Picture the scene. CIA agent wears one of them black pointy hats like James Bond did. Some fake eyebrows.
Yeah. Pulled some tape up to put his teeth, his gums up, yeah.
And he gets his way into the lab. Secretive.
Yeah.
Grabs a diseased bat, sticks it under his coat or in his bag. Finds his way out. Gets to the market. JD.
But in that scenario, it'd be like they'd already have that disease in like a test tube, and he would just take the test tube like Dennis Nedry in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but don't they inject it into the animals to test it and shit like that?
They
So
do, but they'd have the virus there already.
Well,
so
it'd be
what if
maybe
he
easier to get to the animals than to the vials that presumably kept under a higher level of security, Ben.
But what if?
Because there's no chance that it would actually pass to the human, it's just...
But what if it's already been adapted for human infection? The CIA, they can offer that we wanted to bribe some Chinese scientist, bring us a vial of that. Meet the CIA guy, he just jabs some market trader with it.
Or just sprinkle it over the food.
Yeah, whatever. Next thing you know, boom.
Yeah, I'm just saying, the secret, like the CIA's version of James Bond, he did it.
And of course it had to be in Wuhan, didn't it?
Wuhan
400.
Wuhan 400. We've got a break for this one.
What the fuck's the Wuhan 400?
We'll get into that.
Gareth, do you want to do the next one then? Next conspiracy theory.
Okay, so did a 1981 Dean Koontz thriller predict the coronavirus outbreak? The Koontz novel, The Eyes of Darkness, describes a killer virus named Wuhan 400. The fictional virus was developed as a bioweapon in Wuhan research lab. Coronavirus first emerged in 2018. However, there are several big differences between the novel and real life.
Don't they call it the novel coronavirus?
Yeah.
Because it comes from a fucking novel.
Oh God!
It's all coming together.
Shit, you know.
And there's a video by a guy called PK Censored.
He's been censored.
He's a mad Australian bloke.
Okay.
But he goes through about 50 articles around the world where they've shoehorned the number 400 into every single article in the headline. I'm just saying.
What does that
and
mean?
of course 400 in numerology, Ben, means...
What does it mean?
The apocalypse.
Here comes Armageddon.
Here comes...
Is it really?
Yeah, but that's numerology, Mike, and it's bullshit.
Just saying, it's a conspiracy.
You're in danger of losing your blue shirt, you know. Keep on with that. Like Mark Taylor, firefighter prophet, telling us the fucking Anunnaki coming back in 3 years because of the Bible.
Well, we'll get on to Anunnaki later because it's in
Edison.
full Alex.
Oh, he should be denoted as a junior science officer.
What the fuck you do?
Insubordination. Things are set to stun.
No, blow him at the airlock.
Smash the system.
Blow him at the airlock.
There's no space for commies on the Enterprise, Mike.
Yeah.
They're all fucking commies.
No, there's still a system. You can't smash the system of power on the Enterprise. It'll all go to shit.
Yeah, but they've got a resource-based economy, I've told you.
Yeah, but...
Would you
not there in
mutiny
the
against
spaceship,
John
you've got to respect the authority of the captain.
Would you mutiny against Jean-Luc Picard?
He'd try.
Yeah, you would. Jean-Luc would kick your ass.
Depends what he asked me to do. Couldn't be arsed then, maybe.
Couldn't be asked.
Wow.
You've only gone through Starfleet training and gone through rigorous hours in your role. then you get the Enterprise, and
Can't be
Commander
arsed,
Jean-Luc
Captain.
Picard himself, and he's like, Science Officer Mike, you know,
Want
scan
a
that
report
thing.
on this?
And you're like, can't be arsed.
I'll just shank him in the shower later.
Let scum like you anywhere near the captain's shower
He
room.
couldn't get in. You couldn't get in his chambers for him shooting Enter.
Come.
That's it.
You don't have to come
Yeah,
in Picard's
I'm a
shower.
science officer. I go, I've done
Oh, that's right. I'm a
I've done my
science
report.
officer.
Here's your report, Picard.
Trust me, I was back off, man. I'm a scientist. No. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I think Picard's warrior nature would.
I think, yeah, you'd get up to him with the shank and he'd just elbow you in the throat and you'd be surprised because he can, when he has to,
You can.
you know. Well, his stunt double can anyway,
Yeah.
with his bald cap on. Anyway. Oh shit, it's me.
It is.
So, Mr. Koontz wrote The Eyes of Darkness in 1981, describing the Wuhan 400 virus. Fans of the author are insisting that a novel he wrote in 1981 predicted this coronavirus outbreak. Says one character in the novel. They call the stuff Wuhan 400 because it was developed at their RDNA labs outside the city of Wuhan. Koontz did not immediately respond to an inquiry from dailymail.com about the purported prediction in his novel. Twitter user Nick Hinton kicked off a frenzy on Twitter by posting the above passage. Although coronavirus was first identified in Wuhan, there is not yet a scientific consensus about how and where it jumped to humans. Somebody sucked off a bat. Initial theories suggested that it jumped to humans from exotic animals in a Wuhan, quote, wet market. Sounds delightful.
Sounds like something from Blade.
Others have suggested, so far without proof, that the pathogen may have escaped from the Wuhan Virology Lab, China's only biosafety level 4 facility. Well, it needed a level 5, didn't it, you fucking pricks?
Clearly it did.
Other than the city of origin, however, there is little similarity between the fictional Wuhan 400 and the real coronavirus. In The Eyes of Darkness, Wuhan 400 is a bioweapon virus that has a fertility rate of 100%.
Fatality, not fertility. Those are two very different things.
Thank you, Ben. Fertility? Shit, I said the same thing again. What the fuck? I'm
Fatality.
obsessed.
Got children on the brain.
Fatality! Finish him. Fatality rate of 100% within 12 hours. The characters explain that the Chinese intended to use it to, quote, wipe out a city or a country without the need for expensive decontamination. Wuhan 400 is a perfect weapon. It afflicts only human beings. No other living creature can carry it. And like syphilis, Wuhan 400 can't survive outside a living human body for longer than a minute, which means it can't permanently contaminate objects or entire places the way anthrax and other
Virulent.
thank you, microorganisms can, one character says.
But that's not true because COVID-19 can stay on a surface up to 3 days.
Ah, but it's just a shitty pulp novel, isn't it?
Yeah. Like all of his books.
Well, yeah. I read one when I was a kid, The Fun House or something like that. It was a shitty horror.
They're all shit.
Oh, there you go.
I haven't read them all, but
I don't think I've read a book by him. I don't think so.
I've read a couple. He's like a D-list Stephen King, basically.
Yeah. I think he writes a lot for like teenagers and stuff as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, but the point is that they changed the publication. When they republished this later on, the Cold War had ended, because in the original version of the book, it was in Russia. Now, when the Cold War ended and they thought, oh, we can sell our books in Russia, they changed it to China.
Even more suspicious in my book.
And his.
So do you think that... that opens up to another theory, though, that the Russians had this shit already. Breakup of the Soviet Union, it was sold to some Chinese general for some money by another Russian general, and they developed it further. It's a possibility.
Or someone sucked off a bat.
Or someone sucked up a bat.
It's another possibility. Bat jizz. Bat jizz. Bat jizz.
Who would that defeat?
Bat jizz. Bat jizz. Bat jizz.
But if it's carrying the coronavirus, anybody that's old or with a respiratory problem?
Well, the Joker's pretty old in that series.
Well, he'd be
But
gone.
wouldn't Robin have it technically? Because according to Burt Ward, Adam West wasn't sufficiently hung to carry it.
Yeah, little prick.
Yeah.
No, not Adam West. I mean. R.I.P. We actually
RIP.
respect the dead, unlike Burt Ward, the fucking bellend.
Yeah. Adam West was a fucking legend.
Hope he gets run over by a Ecto-1 or something at a convention.
That'd be interesting.
He gets backed over. Really.
Or by an old school Batmobile.
Yeah. Just a really.
Oh my god, the original Batmobile killed the original Robin!
Look at that dent. Shit. It was priceless.
He wasn't. Right, so,
and then I'd whip down his pants and go, look, he was lying about having a big dick. Just Google it, listeners.
You might be asking me, Ben, what are the super rich doing in this scenario?
Ben? What are the super rich doing in this scenario?
Well, they're jetting off to disaster bunkers.
Ah, makes sense.
Self-isolate for some of the world's richest means COVID-19 tests abroad. The world's richest people are chartering private jets to set off for holiday homes or specially prepared disaster bunkers in countries that so far appear to have avoided the worst of the COVID-19 outbreak. Many are understood to be taking personal doctors or nurses on the flights to treat them and their families in the event that they become infected. The wealthy are also besieging doctors in private clinics in Harley Street, London and across the world, demanding private coronavirus tests.
Well,
what a bunch of cunts.
Yep.
You can't blame them. If we had the money, we'd do the same.
Of course.
I'd certainly have a bunker.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that one I'm digging is not going so well.
Well,
I'm too
just
lazy.
shows you how unfair the system is, though, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
Of course it is.
But I mean, you can't. Like I say.
Can't blame them.
It
Of course
makes
not.
me
They've got the
sick,
money.
but-
I'd be doing the same thing.
Still, we're not in that situation. They're cunts.
Yeah.
My bedroom will be my bunker.
I'm going to make a pillow fort. That'll protect me.
I'm going to put my head in the microwave.
I'm kind of hoping this turns into a zombie plague, so I can live out my last days in guilt-free violence.
Well, that's the thing. I've already forgotten the number, but how many thousand people have died? 5.
Yeah.
Not one of them's come back.
No, not yet. It's got to mutate though, hasn't it?
We don't want that.
At least we could spend our days...
This is the problem, because everyone's so obsessed with zombies in pop culture. It's infected everyone.
There's guilt-free violence though for the last few days.
Well, it's fucking infected.
Were you
everyone's
not to go into
psyche,
Howard
and
Foods?
they're buying like dickheads. That's why we can't wipe our asses, because everyone's been watching The Walking Dead.
Wouldn't you like to go into some dude who's got like 36 pallets of toilet roll, bash his skull in with a crowbar and take it?
No, Ben, I'd rather just walk up to the shelf and go, oh, that's the one I want, and then take it to the counter, pay for it like a gentleman.
Yeah, but this is the post-apocalyptic scenario.
Yeah, but that's why I like this way, the way it works, this system, the capitalist system.
Mike, would you bash in a rich zombie's head?
Well, if it was trying to eat me, yeah, probably.
Oh, you didn't say that? I thought you just meant the bloke selling the toilet roll.
No.
Just buy it. Oh, so he's a zombie guarding a pallet of toilet roll for some reason.
Yeah.
Like it's a video game.
Like he was infected in his house. He had that pallet of toilet roll there. Didn't do him any good because it won't. And he's like, you come into the house looking for bog roll.
Yes, I'll kill him for bog roll in that scenario. But
There
we're
we
not
go.
going to get there, are we?
Might do.
We won't.
Might do.
Anyway, what's next?
But I think Mike wants to do a coronavirus pandemic update.
Yeah, because that's everything we got.
Okay, has everything changed since... Sorry, I was burped again. Sorry,
Yeah, one more country's been infected. I'm not sure
Since we
which.
started the fucking podcast?
Yeah, 152 now.
Who's that?
I don't know, I'm not sure. Honduras, maybe.
Romania has gone up, I think, because it's highlighted. So, 5,820 deaths at the time of recording, which is
14th of
it is
March.
Yeah, 7 minutes to 8 on the 14th, 8 in the evening on the 14th of March.
And as we stand, 10 more people in the UK have died in the last 24 hours. That brings the total number of deaths to 21. Yeah, they were from at-risk groups.
But 74,000 people have recovered.
80% of it's mild, isn't it?
Let's look
It
on the
is.
positive. Always look on the bright. Give me that fucking bog roll, you cunt!
Nah.
Hang on, I'm checking how many confirmed cases there are in our area. We have no confirmed cases in our area, Telford and Wrekin, in
Unless
the
me and
UK.
Gaz have got it.
Yeah, but apparently that is apparently out of a local population of 177,799.
160,000 of those are shaved monkeys with knives. Cunts.
And on that note,
is it scary? We are facing a pandemic. I mean, this is a pandemic.
It's scary if you watch the news a lot, but you can't just turn that off.
You can.
My best mate who lives with his son, who's a little bit younger than us, the son is 31. My best mate's older than us, like 50. He's desperately trying to convince his son to take it seriously. His son couldn't give less of a shit. He's literally just like, everything's fine, it's going to blow over. And his dad's like, you need to buy shit in case it doesn't. I'm kind of somewhere in between. I went out today in the intention of stocking up, but I didn't have the art to do it because I saw that the shelves were still full in the shop I went to, so I was like...
well, you two would be in the 80% that it's mild. I might be in the 19%, which may need hospitalisation because I've got asthma.
Yeah. My lungs are fucking terrible though.
And maybe the 1% that die.
You might be. I hope not, because I'm fond of the roast. I have somewhere else to do this.
No, Mike, you will not die. You have the power of the apocalypse.
It's possible, but I think the majority of people are going to be the elderly and the ones with underlying conditions.
The boomer remover.
Well, wash your hands, as they say.
Sing the national anthem, wash your hands, take it on the chin.
Don't breathe
Take it on the chin.
Everything's cancelled anyway.
Fucking football's cancelled till the 3rd of April.
Oh no, it's terrible. Saturday with that football.
Well, at least we're
It's like the summer.
Well, at least
Telford is still going.
Well, think about it.
fuck
And
that.
the American basketball fans, they're like the entire season's gone.
Yeah.
They don't just cancel it to a certain date. They're like, fuck it, it's done. And the football.
What happened with the football, yeah?
And the baseball, I think.
Which is a piss because Forest are in the playoffs.
There's a piss, because Blackburn is just outside them.
Well, they'll just reconvene it, won't they?
But if we do it on, we should do it
Well,
on
they might just
alphabetical
avoid it.
order.
They might just say this season's a write-off. And
Can he do that,
Wouldn't that
man?
be? It'll be a bit of a pisser for Liverpool though. Who've had
Yeah.
their best season ever. Lost like
That'll be
one
actually
game all
hilarious.
season.
And haven't won the
And they go,
title.
oh, null and void.
my brother-in-law's a massive
All the crying
Liverpool fan.
scousers. Fucking best season ever.
It's like literally their best season ever. The best team they're gonna have.
We fucking crashed them all, mate.
They're like 25 points ahead.
Yeah, they've won it, but apparently
It's a possibility on the table.
but no, I read somewhere there was a rule that said if you've played 75% of the season, then that's it. Then
I was gonna say how many games are left.
it's not many.
9 or 10.
Well,
so
less than 10.
If
Come on,
you've played,
you can't void a season.
if you've played 75% of the season, then that result's going
It
to
might,
stand.
it might not be 70, it might be 74%.
I think they'd let them
next
off
season
with
might have
that.
to just be delayed a bit.
That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Well, why don't they just
Delay
well,
next
technically we may not have the Euros this because we're meant to have the Euros this year, aren't we?
Cancel them.
So if they're probably going to get cancelled, so you could extend the season.
It's possible.
You
Or
know.
about having playoffs as well. So like the bottom 6 will be playoff for relegation.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
But
Well, the wrestling continued. They wrestled in an empty arena on last
Oh,
night,
did they?
Friday night. Yeah, quite entertaining.
Because they
actually.
can't come down and slap everybody's hand in New York, can they?
No, it was quite funny. They played with it a bit, and it was because there was sort of no script. It was quite loosey goosey.
Yeah.
Like Triple H was on commentary, being quite funny, doing Vince impressions and stuff. It was good, but yeah, strange. But still
Yeah.
continued. Everything's
Wrestling's always strange without the crowd.
Vince is insisting WrestleMania is going to continue, but some people think that the Florida government are going to force him to postpone it.
Here's a question actually. If I get WWE Network, so WrestleMania's coming up, isn't it? It usually the start of April.
You can use your 3 months to watch WrestleMania and then cancel it. Yes.
Sweet.
Yes. So yeah, I don't know. I hold the same position I held last time. I'm trying to be cool about it. Burn China to the ground. That was a joke. That was a
Europe
joke.
now.
Joke, yeah, raise it all to the ground.
Europe,
Late now,
Europe is the
Listen,
epicenter.
we're
man.
on an island. Just set the rest of it on fire. Set the mainland on fire. We'll cope on our
I don't think
island.
the RAF has enough planes to well, it doesn't have enough planes to firebomb Europe and cure the disease.
Nuke it
guys.
from space.
We haven't got that capability either.
Come on, Boris.
No, we just take it on the chin.
Fuck.
I think it just proves how interconnected we all are, and nature, and we have to have better health systems around the world, especially in the poor countries, better food and fucking safety laws, no live animals together in markets.
Don't
might be a
suck
good
off bats.
thing to start. And also stop encroaching into the areas where these wild creatures are, which we don't normally come into contact with that many bats and that. But of course, because of we're moving into their territories now, aren't we?
Shut up, Greta.
We said we weren't going to trigger him for a while.
I'm only joking. Just stop molesting monkeys and we'll be fine.
I think it's
Not what we can do about it now, but they always say prevention's better than cure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently so.
So that's what I think.
We'll write a hip-hop song to educate the world. Keep your cocks out of the animals. Keep your cocks out of the animals, and you won't get the disease. Help me out, lads.
You're on your own there, mate.
Trying to.
You're on your own.
Keep your cocks out of the animals.
We'll get the crowd to go. You need to be more Freddie Mercury-esque. Get the crowd involved. I think it's a little bit scary. I mean, a little bit. It is a little bit because, I mean, it's a pandemic. It's been classed as a pandemic. All right, the death rate isn't that high, but, you know, it's like, well...
It's high enough.
It's
Are
high
you sure
enough.
it's a pandemic? That does mean changing the bulb. Just a name, though, isn't it? They called it.
It is, but
something
it's got to get to a certainly it's got to get a certain amount of confirmed cases before it gets to pandemic level. I mean, if it mutates, ifs, whens, whys, buts. At the moment, it's survivable for the likes of me and you guys. We're in our prime.
But the Spanish flu, for example,
but the Spanish
took us down, so the next one might be like that.
Yeah. You don't know. Will this mutate? Will it mutate in the space of the next few weeks?
Could do.
Apparently, the UK is only 2 weeks behind Italy. In terms of, and we're doing nothing.
This thing is mutating as we speak.
Yeah.
We'll be
because
fine.
every time it gets into a new host, reproducing itself, it's mutating.
Yeah.
But it's whether them mutations make it deadly.
Carry on, yeah. And progress.
Because 99.9% of mutations will probably either harm the virus or do nothing. It's that 0.1% which might make it...
Zombie plague.
Well, it could do. Who knows? But
or we could see the children of the atom.
I don't know, because that'd be nuclear testing.
The X-Men, I meant.
I know, that's what I'm on about.
Yeah, but mutants.
Yeah, but...
Maybe they get it from the virus in real life. I don't know, Ben.
They'd be children of the virus then, wouldn't they?
God, you're so pedantic.
Yes, I am.
Anybody got anything else to say then?
No.
No.
Bollocks.
Weird news?
Weird news.
Let's do it.
Let's get the boys' views on this week's weird news.
Ooh. Wow. That might be the most weird headline I've ever read in weird news.
It's up there, isn't it?
It is. Girl's eyelashes ripped out after double-ended dildo hits her at Bongo's bingo. Do you know what Bongo Bingo is?
No.
I'm guessing it's a bingo hall.
It is. It's done like in an abandoned warehouse. There's one in Wolverhampton.
Right.
And when they get the bingo, they all the numbers on the card.
Yeah.
They have to stand and dance on the table and drink.
Have you heard about woke bingo?
No, I haven't.
They're changing the things, aren't they? Like 88 two fat ladies.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
right.
that.
Yeah, like 22 two little ducks.
Yeah, whatever. And they make it
88, two non-gender Pacific people of colour with purple hair who are in diverse roles of culture films.
There's a thing called
It'll
woke
take
bingo.
fucking ages. Fucking ruined Doctor Who. Cunts.
I never used to watch it anyway, I don't know.
I don't even care. I just I know that's what
It does
people are-
wind people up though, doesn't
That's
it?
what people
There's
are
a
arguing
female,
over
a
at the
female doctor.
Well, apparently it's really shit as well.
I don't know, I haven't watched it.
But anyway.
Never really have, to be fair. A girl's eyelashes ripped out after a double-ended dildo hit her in the face.
Wow.
Tegan Denham documented the bizarre mishap in an hilarious video in which she explained how her lash extensions were ripped from her eyes. That doesn't sound very hilarious to me.
Sounds like it hurts.
Yeah. She told how the sex toy had whacked her in the face as she danced at Bongo's bingo. In the clip, which went viral, of course it
Oh, there's
would,
the video.
after she posted to social media, Tegan looked shocked as she peered down at her bare eyelids.
How do you peer down at your bare eyelids?
You can't peer at your own eyelids, that's impossible.
Tegan looked shocked as she peered down at her own...
That is impossible.
Well, let's watch the video and find out.
Okay.
Shall I pause it?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, there's a photo.
Oh, go on, we might as well play it for the listener.
Okay,
There
girls.
is one. Oh, there is.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see
Only
how this
19 seconds.
let's see how this translates. Oh yeah.
Looks like she hit herself in the
Yeah,
face.
she did.
Wow. So, to paint a picture for the listener, she was in a disco swinging a giant double-ended dildo around.
It was rather large.
Twatted herself in the face and ripped out her own fake eyelashes.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the weird news for you. That's why we bring you these
Yeah.
these
We
stories.
don't need to delve into that any deeper, do we?
No.
Next.
Mystery over hundreds of bizarre penis fish washing up on British beach.
Is this because your own penis is another dimension that you've chose?
That I made loads of penis fish wash up on British beaches.
Yeah, he's got the powers
Yeah.
of God.
He has now.
That's why we chose to use
That's
them.
why your multiverse travelling penis has done this to give you a bit of a hello.
What kind of cock does that look like?
Oh no, because mine's like a crack pipe in
What the fuck?
both shape and addictiveness.
If I had a cock like that,
Jesus,
I'd kill
like,
myself.
If my cock looked like that, I'd make a YouTube video and then kill myself.
I'd go to the Japanese suicide forest, make a YouTube video, and then kill myself.
But I ain't spending that much getting on I'll just jump off a motorway bridge over the M37 or something.
No.
On a grey Tuesday.
I read an article where someone survived that.
Fuck.
Had 15 broken bones.
Oh shit.
You don't want to risk that, mate. Just
I'll
go to the
time it
Japanese.
so I hit a truck as I...
Yeah, I think she hit the tarmac, but even so. Do you
God
want to
damn
risk
it, no,
it?
I won't. I'll never kill myself. I'm too arrogant. Right.
I have that issue.
Well, it's not a bad thing in a way. There's medicine. Right, what's happening, Mike?
Hundreds of bizarre penis fish have washed up on a beach on the British coast. Experts believe the phallic creatures known as fat innkeeper worms were forced out of their underwater burrows and dumped on Exmouth Beach after the recent downpours. The beach was covered with the pink worms, which can grow to almost a foot long.
Ooh.
As seagulls scooped them up from the sands.
In this case, then, we're thankful for the seagulls.
Yeah.
They stopped the penis fish invasion of the UK.
They don't even look like penises are...
Well, I'm just saying what they're called. You know. Oh, actually, no, well,
They look a bit like weird alien penises, maybe.
yeah,
Dirty minds.
yeah.
Well, that's the penis fish story.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's next?
Alright, what is next? I have no idea.
It's for you guys.
Ooh. I think. Scientists create cyborg jellyfish with swimming superpowers. They're like regular jellyfish, but faster and more awesome.
And
When
they're
they make the
laser
movie,
guns.
they need a better tagline than that.
Yeah, but have the laser guns.
We'll see. Darth Vader and Robocop now have some cyborg company in the form of a superpowered jellyfish. Researchers at the California Institute of Technology have developed a swim controller that turns a regular jellyfish into speed demons.
Nice.
The device enhances a jellyfish's natural pulsing motion that it uses to move around in the water. The new prosthetic uses electrical impulses to regulate and speed up that pulsing, similar to the way a cardiac pacemaker regulates a heart rate, Caltech said in a release on Wednesday. I had a release on Wednesday.
Yeah. I've had a release every day, mate. I wouldn't about it.
The only problem is it was in my pants. No,
Oh.
sorry. I'm good. The
No,
micro-
you
I've
won't.
read
That's
that.
why you carry the wipes.
I've read that bit. The research team published its findings in the Journal of Science Advances on Wednesday. The scientists aren't making superpowered jellies just for fun. The cyborg invertebrates could potentially carry sensors into the ocean to gather data from otherwise hard to reach locations.
Oh, what a
That's
boring
ingenious.
use.
Well, no, alright, that's ingenious.
Alright,
3
it's
times
impressive.
faster.
They can just go 3 times faster, but if all they're going to do with them is like, hey, go around that hole in the ocean, I wasn't doing more than that.
Actually,
What do you want? It's a fucking jellyfish.
I'm carrying torpedoes that can sink any warships.
Well,
Yeah, but in 100 years, that means they're applying this sort of tech to humans that can then run really fast.
Well, alright.
You know.
they say that they can equip sensors to track things like ocean temperature, salinity, oxygen levels, and so on.
And enemy submarines, let's not forget
A
that.
truly global ocean network where each of these jellyfish robots
Awesome.
confirm, feed us data. About
Great.
the health of the ocean.
An army
what
of
if-
cyborg jellyfish.
What are the Japanese fishing trawlers and...
Well, then they'll probably be set to explode
Ah.
or fire EMPs.
Ooh.
Boom.
I like the
They
explosion
can be used to
thing.
take down entire ships. Imagine thousands of them
Well,
swarming.
yeah,
on a
because
ship.
I mean, why have
If you attach
aircraft and fighter bombers and torpedoes and battleships when you can just have a swarm of these fuckers?
Yeah, and if they're the immortal jellyfish, they'll never die.
Oh,
Well, will they
wow,
explode?
Immortal
Well, they explode, they
cyborg
will,
jellyfish.
but-
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
point.
man.
You release a horde of cyborg jellyfish with bombs on them.
1,000 immortal jellyfish cyborgs.
Yeah. Awesome.
It would.
Very fucking metal.
It's metal as fuck.
A metal version of the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Oh,
I know,
yeah.
yeah, there is one. Iron Maiden.
Ah!
The famous one. Yes! Sorry. I was rocking out in my own mind for a second. To the image of them taking down a battleship.
Oh, yeah, man. Imagine you got this massive aircraft carrier, one of the big US ones, and 1,000 explosive, superpowered jellyfish, immortal jellyfish, just latch onto the side.
Stick it on the
And
windows.
then all their little tentacles come out, and they just all go boom, 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 boom in a pre-pattern. Maybe spelling something out they go off in an FU, and then the rest of them go blows the side the aircraft carrier off.
Be awesome.
Yeah, and they just come back for more. They take an hour to reconstitute themselves, and off you go. Wow.
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
Coronavirus.
It's not coronavirus, it's common cold, flu, whatever. It's not even the flu, it's the cold.
What we got next? Full Alex?
That's the weird news.
That is the weird news. So,
Oh, Alex, he's been in the news himself, hasn't he, this week?
well, we have no.
This is the first one without Alex, though. I haven't found
I think we've
it.
had it before with Alex.
Have we?
I think so. Only one or two though.
No, Alex, is that his punishment for being arrested for a DUI? You
Oh,
passed
is
a
he?
judgment on him.
He was, yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
I'm sure
No,
he'll have
it's
some
just-
excuse because he's supposed to be teetotal, like somebody poisoned his toothpaste or he was eating liqueurs at a
Maybe,
restaurant.
yeah.
I think it's time we retired him, and we'll bring him in when he's got something relevant to say, because
You
otherwise
can't-
it's all old clips.
You can't retire Mr. Jones.
He still remains one of the patron saints, though.
Yeah.
Just because YouTube banned him.
This is a very
Yeah,
sad
there's a lot.
day.
It's hard to clips.
It is,
Oh,
yeah.
no,
He's
man.
not releasing anything new onto YouTube.
I'm hanging my head in shame. I'm very.
Oh, no.
I'm,
Well,
Don't worry, guys.
Blame the deep state for censoring him.
I miss him. Send me
Yeah.
some clips, listener, if you find any Alexes. Right, come on, let's go on with it then.
Alright, so who's up first, Mike?
First up, Jim Bakker.
He's selling a liquid that kills the coronavirus.
Oh, what a dick.
Of course he is. Jim Bakker, previous winner.
This influenza that is now circling the globe, you're saying that silver solution would be effective.
Well, let's say it hasn't been tested on this strain of the coronavirus, but it's been tested on other strains of the coronavirus and has been able to eliminate it within 12 hours.
Yeah.
Totally eliminate it, kills it, and deactivates it.
Yeah.
And then it boosts your immune system, so then you can support the recovery, because when you kill the virus, then the immune system comes into action to clear it out. So you want a vibrant immune system as well as an ability to deactivate these viruses.
You can buy that on Jim Bakker's website for up to $300.
Give me a second while I type in my credit card details. You heard her. 12 hours.
12 hours kills it dead and then boosts your immune system.
Yeah. Silver solution.
I mean, the immune system should have been boosted before to... But no,
No.
Forget that. You want the immune system boosted after you've caught the
It is
disease.
the unlikely England football team win scenario where you come from behind in extra time to score an unlikely victory.
12 hours kills it dead.
12 hours and boosts your immune system. Wow. And for the low price of $300.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. For a case of it.
They're printing money, man.
I mean, it's unreal. On a similar vein, who's next?
Next up is Tom Horn.
Tom Horn, do you remember Tom Horn? 2-time winner.
Yeah.
2 appearances. 2 wins. Let's see if he can maintain the form. What's he saying, Mike?
I can't remember what he's actually saying.
Oh, he says it's the Antichrist vaccine.
Ah, yes.
So let's talking
about the Antichrist vaccine.
Yes. Let's listen to him.
Okay.
What if Antichrist had like a dark parallel to the Holy Communion in the sense that if you had a pandemic, let's say that it went global, all of a sudden a man comes forward and he's the only person on earth who seems to be naturally immune to this disease, and therefore his blood, his genetics are used for creating by which everybody, and this is Antichrist, and as a result it is a dark participation in the consumption of the flesh and blood of Antichrist.
Yes, that is absolutely scientifically possible.
Well, she might win it for him, but even so, what he's saying is pretty nuts. So, hey, the only guy that's going to be immune is going to be the Antichrist. So what we'll do is we'll take his genetics, we'll make the vaccine, and then we're all injecting ourselves with the genetics, the blood of the Antichrist.
And that's scientifically possible.
And that's scientifically possible.
Well, I'm not a scientist. I don't
Well,
know.
he's winning for me.
Oh, fucking hell.
Tom Horn could be 3-time winner. This is
We've got an update.
An update on King Anu of the Anunnaki from Donald Trump. You remember the winner, the alien contactee guy who was saying that Donald Trump was served nasty fish when the
tin of sardines, wasn't it?
Tin of sardines, and the king of the Anunnaki was dining on fine fish. Yes.
Yes.
He's got an update.
Wow.
What's his name anyway?
Lionel Anderson.
Yeah.
Anunnaki King Anu in a coma. Shit.
It's bad news.
Hello my friends, this is Alien Contactee Lionel Anderson here with you guys at the brand new episode of Alien Sundays. Well, you can see this Sunday I'm here with the mama hen. She hasn't said hi to you guys in a while, so mama, say hi. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about what happened to King Anu. Actually, Donald Trump has made a report to the king on the condition of King Anu. So for those of you who are not aware, last episode of Alien Sunday there was a showdown battle. King Anu of the Anunnaki went head to head with King Plachacha III. And King III, just to sum things up, he knocked Anu right out. He took out the Palladian bass fish and smashed him right in the head, knocked him out, and then ship came down, the Anunnaki ambulance, and beamed up Anu, and Donald Trump went with them, with Enki and Marduk, and it was a victorious victory for the Palladians. So I'm going to get into the condition that Anu is in now, an update. But before I do, I just want to encourage everybody to hit that like button because it helps with the algorithms. Leave a comment, share this video, and subscribe if you're new. As I say, subscribe to survive.
Wow. You know what? Tom Horn's a close second, but I think he's won it.
Should we go through him?
Yeah. So Jim Becker's promising that for $300 you can buy a case of silver solution that will cure the coronavirus or COVID-19. Kill it dead and then boost your immune system, all for the low price of $300. Tom Horn is saying that if there's going to be one guy that's going to come about who's immune to this, and he's going to be the Antichrist, but no one will know that apart from him, and we will take his genetics, DNA, make a vaccine, and then we'll all inject it and we'll become slaves to Satan.
Effectively.
Yeah.
And then we've got Alien Contactee.
Who says that King Anu was knocked out by his Palladian rival.
Hit him with a fish.
Hit him with a fish.
Yeah. He's just a joker, man. He don't believe this shit.
No. He's wearing a fucking trilby.
Yeah, he's off his meds. I think the second guy's got it for me. That's my vote.
Tom Horn.
I don't even need to explain it.
See, that is pretty nuts.
Yeah.
It? And that moment at the end he goes, and that's scientific fact. You're like,
hell.
well, I'm sold.
And I'm a monkey's uncle.
I vote for Tom Horn,
Tom Horn, 3-time winner.
Yeah.
Gaz, Tom Horn?
The number 2 guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 times on the show.
3-time winner.
3-time winner.
This guy is a fucking
legend.
Fucking lunatic, isn't he?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And see, I don't think he was actually being that insane. It's just when she goes, and that's scientific fact. You're like, he's like, then just justifying himself in the eyes of millions of Christians.
You don't think he's that mad? He's saying that the Antichrist vaccine is going to infect you with the Antichrist blood.
Yeah, but they're all doing a similar thing with. He's progressed it because, you know, the mark of the beast, the microchip. Oh, they're going to give us a vaccine. It's going to be a microchip in the wrist. We won't know about it though, but they're going to track us. He's on about the genetics. All right, yeah, he's nuts.
Right, that's it then, I think.
Yeah. I've been Ben. Don't drink the flavour. Don't join a cult. Don't shake hands with anybody. Lock yourself in isolation.
Unless it's with Madame Palm and
her 5 lovely daughters. Oh! If you can and you do have time, then find some willing female participants or male or whatever. Stockpile booze, stockpile weed, and have an orgy for 2 weeks. I've been Ben. Thanks very much.
I hope you don't die because we don't have that many listeners.
Yeah. I've been Gaz, free biff tannin.
Engage!
Make it so. Shut up, Wesley.
Number 1.
Science Officer Mike.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.